city. Yeah. I said, welcome to Monrovia. It's an activated city, place where the burdens so pretty. Welcome to Monrovia. Where the youth and they go astray. I see them losing it every day. I said, welcome to Monrovia, 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 Monrovia. Welcome to Monrovia, 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 Monrovia. City of deep secrets, young blood with big dreams to stack riches. Blessed with the best beaches, nice dishes, money talk, bullshit walks, no hitches. Now what a drive, feet eat feet, so you doing your step. Rest assured your mistakes get corrected in the place of my birth. What the youth has been neglected and the art form disrespected. Check it, there's more rappers than ballers that's rooming the human traffic. The weapon, the wrist, the bomb, and landscape is so static. Shorty savant goddess with bodies that stop traffic. It's on. In this little city we go home. It's the place to be when you sit in a mad cheese, relaxing, sipping and puffing a mad trees. By the ocean, sun beginnings and boundaries. That city is a land of free. I said, welcome to Monrovia. It's an itty-bitty city, place where the burdens so pretty. Welcome to Monrovia. Where the youth and they go astray. I see them losing it every day. I said, welcome to Monrovia, 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 Monrovia. Welcome to Monrovia, 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 Monrovia. It must be the love of liberty that's got me here. Stress-free in my white tees and Nike gear. I hear the voices keep mumbling that nothing here. But how can it automatic keep whistling here? You see, every day we hustling, masses still struggling. Big hands calling the shots, they're still embezzling. Foreign us running the shop, we're so tolerant. Underdogs running the block, we stay militant. Times are hard, but in God we trust. Cause the grass is green and the air is fresh. Work smart and play harder, man. We love success. We love God, but we love to flex. It's the place to be when you sit in a mad cheese, relaxing, sipping and puffing a mad trees. By the ocean, sun beginnings and boundaries. That city is the land of the free. I said, welcome to Monrovia. It's an active city, place where the burdens so pretty. Welcome to Monrovia. The youth and the go astray. I see them losing it every day. So welcome to Monrovia, 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 Monrovia. Welcome to Monrovia, 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 Monrovia. My city, that cool don't bust this, but next and never just too beautiful for Elizabeth. Can get high, tell us come my glue. Yeah, your levels trippy, he is sweet, tell us the best. We in the front, but trying to side his dick. Don't get trying to find her with it. Gee whiz, we do this like every day. We bounce together like the birds in the sky. Every city with my circle man and boys to thrive. What a place to be when you sit in a mad cheese, relaxing, sipping and puffing on mad trees. By the ocean, sun beginnings and boundaries. That city is the land of the free. Roll down. Roll down.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Tony Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today is July the 16th, 2021. We start a new day. We look at our world. We see that things are going astray. Things are falling apart, man. In America this morning, we have news of the surge of COVID-19 Delta variant in America. It's on the rise again. People are being hospitalized. People are being compelled to wear masks again. Cities are on the verge of locking down again. There's mandatory mask wearing in California. So we see it's not only in Liberia, It's in America too. People here have problems with the vaccine too. There's misinformation. The Surgeon General just came out yesterday and started talking about the misinformation that's going around in America that's related to COVID-19, the Delta variant. So there's mutation. This disease is coming up. So we have people making false statements, saying the vaccine will kill you. The vaccine will do this. It's not good. Just like Liberia. Fortunately for us here in America, they're not saying that if you take the vaccine, you turn into a green monster. Thank God for that. So we spared from that. But it's on the rise here. So what you think about in Africa? What you think about Liberia? It's going to be worse. So we need to take precaution. All the things that people are telling you, you need to start doing it. Especially wearing masks. If you have been tested, you haven't taken the vaccine, make sure you are masked. They were talking on Costa Show today. He had the nurses there this morning. They were talking about how you got to make, if you're wearing the African cloth, you got to double it. You got to make sure that you don't put the single cloth around you. You have to insulate it. Put another cloth or something there. So when you're talking with somebody and the spit is coming out of their mouths and spitting on you, it will not go through the mask. You can't see the spit. That's why we stay in certain distance from each other. Social distancing. So this time they take the distance of the air coming out of your mouth with the spit and all those things. It takes up to close to 6 feet to really dissipate. So that's why they have this 6 feet distancing when we're talking and all of that. Okay? So this is the purpose. And we can't keep giving false information about this disease, especially in Liberia. I'm telling you all, my people, it is important that you take this vaccine. It is important that you get tested. It is important that we pressure the government of Liberia to take care of the Liberian people. They can't be traveling abroad, taking the vaccine, and the people in Liberia not taking it. We see in America where the medication and the hospitals are here, and the people still catching this Delta variant. So it's serious. We got to take precaution and govern ourselves accordingly. Okay? So for my people in Liberia, we know you got problem with our government and the stealing and the uselessness and the incompetence and the ineptitude. So take care of yourselves. Double your mask. Make sure you wear it everywhere you go. It's a necessity. Okay? The new cases in America have doubled. Hospitalization rates rising. Mandatory mask wearing. We're going back to that. So you see, we got to take care of ourselves. Okay? America is moving forward. My brothers and sisters all across America, take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. When you're on the inside, make sure you wear your mask. When you're on the outside, at least it's safer. Keep your distancing. Or wear your mask. So we may be going back into this mask wearing, this mandatory mask wearing, if we don't take our vaccination. That's the problem in America too. The misinformation, the lies, got people here not taking the vaccine either. And the more they don't take it, the more the people who have taken it are exposed to these people. And that's why the disease cannot go down. Because the people who have not taken the vaccine, have not been tested, are in the mix, are walking around. We get confronted with these people. We get diseases from them. So this is where we stand too in America. Okay? So, another thing, the general just wrote a book in America that Donald Trump was the center of the general's attention in America because they believed that he would start a military coup or a civilian coup or whatever it was. All the generals in the U.S. Army were afraid, especially the head, the chief of staff. The top general you saw walking with Trump in, that was D.C., when they had that little riot in the Capitol, and the general out there walking with Donald Trump, looking at the people, checking the damages, and later withdrew and said he shouldn't have done that. This is the same general who has come out to say that they were afraid that Donald Trump may have plotted a coup because he lost the election. So they were all watching it. And they have vowed not to involve the military into this thing. So he just wrote a book, and the book is out now. And Trump saying that even if he had to plan a coup, he wouldn't plan it with that general. But that's not the point. The point is this people, our military were really afraid that Donald Trump was going to lead us into a military coup or some kind of coup, civilian coup, whatever it was. But the general had made up his mind that no soldier would be involved in it. This is scary for our general to be writing this thing. Something that we have never thought of in America. I've always heard people say, a coup is not possible. And here it is here. Evidence that a coup is possible. That a coup was possible. That generals of the United States government army were afraid that Donald Trump would lead us into an attempted coup. Well, he didn't. He did lead us into an attempted coup, but they didn't want the military to get involved. So all these things is coming up, revealing to us the real danger that our country was in. On the verge of losing our democracy. On the verge of leading our nation into violence. This is scary. And this is more reason why we need the January 6th Commission. So we can know what exactly happened when our generals begin to write books like this, telling us of their fears or what may have occurred on January 6th. There needs to be a deeper investigation into this case. And every party and partisan in our Congress need to get involved. That foolishness the Senate did by trying to avoid a January 6th commission, it can't go on. We got to know the exact truth of what happened. All the players involved got to be punished. People got to go to jail. Anybody in the Congress got to go to jail. We can't tolerate this. We cannot tolerate this. And the more we learn about this situation, the more scary it is. The more scary it is. that our generals were really anticipating or entertaining the idea that Donald Trump was going to lead us into a military coup or into a civilian coup or whatever kind of coup it was. It's scary. It's downright scary. Okay. We see also the wildfires have started. California, Oregon, Washington State. We're having a difficult time up out west. People are losing their homes and everything they have. We pray that these things subside or that people's homes are saved. Direct and control the fire so that it doesn't hurt people. It doesn't harm people with a daily bread. It doesn't harm homes. We got to pray. We got to pray. We cannot control nature, but God can. And if we believe, we got to pray. We got to pray. And you people got to understand the significance of prayer and what it means to us. We cannot forget that. We cannot control the elements, but God can. We can't control the elements, but we can ask God. And this is where we must get back into our beliefs. Not that bullshit Donald Trump has believing in. Real Christianity. Not that bullshit the evangelists sold us out to Donald Trump for. Real Christianity. Pray to Jesus. Pray to the Holy Trinity. Let's get our country back on path. Donald Trump led us away not only from physical things, but also spiritual. He had our evangelists lying to us. He had our church leaders lying to us. And these are the things we're suffering because of Donald Trump. These wildfires, these disastrous situations we're going through, this COVID-19, all of that is because of the evil of Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, McCarthy, and all these people that are trying to destroy our democracy. They got to be punished. They got to be punished. And we got to find out where the chips will fall and let them fall where they may. And let us get these people and punish them. What happened on January 6th was the most scary thing, close to 9/11, or even close, further, more frightening than that. When the democracy of this great nation is threatened from the inside, threatened by our own people to destroy the best things that is in this world, constitutional democracy of the United States of America. We deserve better. Our country needs to get stronger. Our democracy needs to be strengthened. No more must people just come and attempt any kind of coup d'etat in America. It is unacceptable, intolerable, in the divine as well as in the spiritual. It is intolerable. Let's rise with renewed thoughts, ideals of a greater America, a more united, solidified United States of America. Okay? Now we heard in Texas, 4 officers were shot and 1 killed at a home of some individual. where there's a standoff. There's a standoff. We don't know whether it's still going on or not. I tried to check the news before I came on. I heard it earlier this afternoon. So there's a standoff. Police shot, hurt, one dead. Where is this other violence leading to? TWT, time will tell. Good news, the child tax credit payments are going out. Parents who need this money to help them with their children so that no child is left impoverished in America. Joe Biden's initiative, the stimulus money is going out now. People are receiving it to help them. Mothers who need help, single mother, single father, who need help with their children, we're giving them a good hand up to get an education, to alleviate the economic problems that children face because their parents do not have. So this is an initiative of the Biden government to make sure that our children are raised up out of poverty. So let's pray it works. We see these mothers on TV telling us how helpful it is, how they will use it to benefit themselves and their children. So at least initially, we see some good things going on. So make sure you get your child tax credit. I think it's 300 and up to 500, whatever it is, for families, for mothers, and per children. I don't know how much you get per children, but call and find out. Make sure in your state you know that the child tax credit payments are going out, okay? And you need to get your share. Another thing, the Olympics is threatened by COVID-19. They have already banned the fans. The city of Tokyo is locked down. The American gymnastic team just reached there, and now some of the players on other teams coming in are said to be sick with COVID-19. So they're still dealing with this thing. We don't know how it will impact the Olympics. But like all things, TWT, time will tell. Okay? So we see we got flooding in Europe, Germany, Italy. All these things are not normal. Is it because of the change, climatic changes? Are we really seeing it now? That places will be flooding. There will be bad droughts. Weather changes will be impacted. What can we expect? What can we expect? So my final thing on the world news issue is that doctors are finding out that little children now are suffering from a respiratory problem. I don't know whether it's a disease, but children are dying from it. And parents are warning others that when your child gets cold or anything, take it serious. Don't play with it. Because there's something wrong with the airways, with the breathing of the child, with the lungs. It impacts all that respiratory system, breathing, lungs, all of that. So something is killing our little children. So it's a warning out there to you all. Take time and govern yourselves accordingly. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you do all those things that will keep you and your family safe. Okay? That's the news for today. Now let me put up my topic and we can get into my lessons. We see, as usual, I have my same 3 topics that we will try to attempt to watch and look at today. Let them come up. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. My first topic is, what about COVID-19 vaccines in Liberia? We heard the other vaccine. We heard they were bringing vaccine. What's the status? The second, US $15,000 disbursed to Liberia's legislature. That has been done too. And third, the recommendation of a Transitional Justice Commission to replace the TRC is a FUSA. FUSA! Pfft. Ain't worth it. We're not having it. The criminals will get away. Hey, jabaja. Let's go to my first lesson. What about the COVID-19 vaccines? We see that there are no vaccines in Liberia yet. Just last week, they were talking about 36,000 doses coming. To today, we haven't seen no vaccines in the country. But George, we have vaccine. All our official government traveling out of the country to Dubai and all the places getting vaccine and coming back, and the masses of the poor people in Liberia have not been vaccinated. What's the problem with this? What's up with this? What's the problem with my country? We got some serious leadership issues. We got some serious incompetence of our leaders issue. How long will go on this thing yet? How long will the deceitfulness, the lies, the treachery, the deception continue from our government? Our people can't trust anything this government says. You know, and the more blatant they are with stealing, the more blatant they are with corruption and with evil against the Liberian people. Taking 30-something people out of the country to take vaccine. George, we are taking vaccine in a foreign country instead of in Liberia. Now, all the vaccines finished. People have taken one shot, they can't get the other shot. People are being tested, they can't get shots. What is happening to our country? What is wrong with our leadership? How long can we proceed on this path with incompetence? With leaders who are derelict in the performance of their duties? Leaders who have no empathy or sympathy of the plight of the Liberian people? How long will we deal with these kind of people? Now there's no vaccine in Liberia. The vaccines haven't arrived yet. What are the lies they tell the people? What preventative measures are being put in place now? You know, you hear the guys on the radio, on the TV, all the talking about the things they got to confront each and every day. And everything going on as usual. George Weah playing basketball, playing soccer. When George Weah became a basketball player? Everything in Liberia about sports now. As our people die, as our people can't get the vaccines. What is wrong with our leadership? What is wrong with the leadership of the Republic of Liberia? Why is it so weak? Why is it so terrible? Why is it so incompetent? Why? They bring disgrace on us. They bring shame to us. You know, it's terrible. It's just not called for. That's why we need to bring our leaders to book. We need them to tell us why, what they're doing for us. We got to rise, man. We got to rise. We got to rise as patriots, strong and ready to challenge our government, to let them know that enough is damn well enough. We want incompetent leaders out of our government. We want inept leaders gone. How can we survive like this, man? This is not right. This is not right. See, the boy like Jefferson Cody walking around with soldiers all around him with gun. What kind of messed up thing is this? What kind of late children show is this? I mean, our people are dying and suffering from things that we can stop. But when you got inept leaders, when you got short-sighted people who can't even see beyond their fingernails, there's a problem. Where are our leaders? Where are those people with the competence? Where are those people with the knowledge and wisdom? Where are especially the Liberian people with the love for our country and people? Where are the patriots? Where are Liberia's patriots? We can't be lost. We can't be gone. There's work to be done. A lot of work. And with George Weah, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and all these evil people over us, it would be hard for us to go forward. Look at what all the city doing in Liberia now. How Ellen met with Galpohkpa recently. You know, now she's committing herself to help Galpohkpa, to take him to raise money and all of that. That's what they say. But you know, they say, when you hear a lot of they say, there must be something in that they say. So what we going with our country now? Everybody come and pick our leaders for us. Now Ellen are the big queen and kingmaker in Liberia. She will tell us who will be president and who will not be president. Is this how we run our country? On that old useless old woman, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? We got to have a better life. We got to have some men in our country to make stern and real decisions. Why we got this woman on our backs? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she a rogue. She been stealing from time she been in the power. And why are we keeping her? Why are we keeping her? Is it right for us? Is it the best thing for us? Is that our only hope or charge? We can't change our leaders. We can't discipline our leaders. We can't set standards for our country to change and grow. Who are we? Who are we? Are we men and women? Do we work the soil we eat? I keep wondering, man. I keep wondering. I keep wondering because my people not on the right path. My people not in the right direction. They don't have the right goals and aspirations for the revival of our country. And that is a problem. That is a serious, serious problem. That's why people like me, I gotta stay out. I can't join nobody. I can't be with nobody. Somebody gotta spread the news, challenge everybody else, put them on the fire chalk to talk. But we can't continue with our country as it is. You know, our leaders have no regards for the people. Tell them that there's no vaccine in the country, not even one. We can't even vaccine a small population of the country. There's absolutely no vaccine in the country. What kind of leadership is this, man? What kind of direction is this? It can't be positive. It can't be good. It can't be reliable. It can't be safe. Because our people seem lost. Our people seem to have lost their minds. And we got to get it back, okay? So, Who is responsible for all of this? Who is responsible to ensure that we have vaccine in the country? Is it the health minister? Is it Joe Biden? I'm sorry. Is it George Weah? Who is responsible to see that the vaccine our people need is in the country? But our leaders traveling, our leaders home playing basketball, soccer, running around all over the place. Like there's no COVID-19. Like our people not getting sick. I'm sure the cases were way over 5,000 now. Because I think yesterday was between 5,000, 2 something, 3 something, maybe even 6,000 this morning of active cases in the country. But who do we blame? Who do we blame? And this is the problem that's facing our country. Okay? We're facing a severe problem. Let me go to number 2. Because number 2 is related to number 1. Look at all these lawmakers getting these $15,000, $30,000 to say fix the rural area. How will you fix the rural area when there's a pandemic in the country? And you're not even putting the money towards buying vaccine. You're putting the money towards wasting it, stealing it. Because it's against any sound reasoning to give lawmakers $30,000 cash for the development of their area. That's the worst economic standards I ever seen. That's almost tantamount to stealing. You get 100 plus lawmakers, $30,000 each. 30,000 each for programs in the state. The people dying of coronavirus in the country when we have no vaccine. But yet you're giving these people the money to go out and play with. And you know these people ain't going to do nothing for the villages. This money is for themselves. How they will account for it? How they will do anything good for the states or the counties or the areas? How will they do anything for them? When the wealth of the country is being depleted and divided among a small group of people. Well, I just wanted to bring this to your attention, King, because we've been going through this thing from time immemorial. One group of people always benefited over the masses of the Liberian people. Why? From time immemorial, we've been complaining about this. From time immemorial, we've been going through this. And from time immemorial, we have failed to change our government. We have failed to set the standards of leadership. We have failed to punish these criminals. So here we are again, talking about the same thing, the people stealing. Oh, Lord. It's so hard when you live in a country that practices impunity for stealing, that practices impunity for rogues and liars. But what can you do, man? What can you say? They say one man can change it. How much can you change when the whole society has no regard for law and order, have no regard for peace and safety? All they want to do is do what you can do for yourself. So this is where we stand, my people. And I go to number 2 now because we see, that's how I said, no money in the country. But yet these people getting paid. These people carrying money home. How can that be? Our employees not getting paid. People in the legislature, people in the police, people in various aspects of government not getting paid. But these guys yet, they got $15,000 2 times. Nobody know what they're going to do with it. Nobody going to do it. Some of them finish putting it in their account for themselves, for their wives, for their girlfriend. But this is not right for the Liberian people. We can't just give these people money, and no return to us. No return. Look at it, no vaccine in our country. And we're giving these people $30,000. For what? If our citizens are dead, what kind of project do we have off country? If our country run amok with this COVID-19, where would these people be with their $15,000 you're giving them? This is the time to suspend all those kind of things. Suspend all the things and let's put the money into one coffers where we are most needed, where our people need the most. And we can't continue to do these kind of things with our people's health in jeopardy. We run around talking about do this, do that, do this, do that. And the main money we need to do the things we do, these people taking it home. These people are taking it home and lying to us. What kind of project they're going to do better than COVID-19 vaccine and to cure our people and make our society wholesome functioning? But right now, my people living in a mess. They are living in a mess. There's no security. Our national security is in jeopardy because our leaders are more interested in their personal interest than the interest of the Liberian people. And there's a conflict of interest. When our country is dying, we have no vaccines, and lawmakers are carrying home $30,000. To do what? If our people die, what kind of people you have up country to plan with? The masses of people sick, no hospital, no treatment. What would the $15,000, $30,000 do to you people? And yet we're crying, no money for vaccine, but our lawmakers carrying $30,000 home. Exclude that from the salaries. Additional to the salary. You're taking it home. While our people have no vaccines, the testing measure is down. $8 million is missing from the airport collection for COVID-19. They can't account for that money. Why everything in my country got to be stealing? Why is the government so corrupt? Why are our leaders so criminal? Is this natural? Is this God's way? Is this how we survive and exist all our lives? It can't be right, man. It just can't be right. It can't be sensible. It can't be holy. It can't be pure. It gotta be evil. It gotta be wicked and dirty and mean. Why would these people take all this money home when we have no vaccine? We have no means for our people to live. Is CDC dangerous for Liberia? Is CDC harmful to Liberia? Is CDC the enemies of the Liberian people? It gotta be. It gotta be. Because there's no way these people can see our country dying, our people dying, no vaccine, and they're taking $15,000 home. And they're taking $15 home to do what with it? To do what with it? This is a cross-country, cross-nation issue. This is not some kind of disease that we can control. But we got the money. And we're losing the money. We're giving it to 1/3 of the population, while the other people in Liberia are left uncared for, unpaid. Their salaries unpaid. But everybody in the house and in the government hierarchy getting paid. This is not right. This is not governmental leadership. This is not fair. This is not the leadership we're bargaining for. And you see that over me, I blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf interfered in this election. She should have let the ball fall where it may, and nobody will blame her. But when she take the dummy and bring him forward and say that her choice, that's a problem. There's a serious problem. Well, our country is getting weak and weaker. We have no money. Everything's stolen. How can we exist to this? How can we continue to exist on this path? How can we? Our country, it can't continue like this. It can't. It can't. It just can't. Our own people killing us. Our own leaders putting their thumb on our necks, putting their shoes on our necks, stepping on it. Our own leaders. The people that are supposed to save us are the people that are stealing and killing us. They have no regards for us. The young and the old. Look at Darius Dillon. We just put him there. Look at Quarter Graham, the other lawmaker who's selling cocaine. Look at all these criminals leading us. Fala Vani, Sir Johnny, Prince Johnson. These people are criminals. These people are criminals. And they're leading us. And we're tolerating this BS. And we know these people can't lead us. We know these people are incompetent. We know these people are enemies of the Liberian people. But yet, we elect these people in the offices. We support these people to bring us harm. Then we won't cry to the world. Why are we crying? Why are we crying? Why are we crying? Because our own people have let us down. We have let ourselves down time and time again. We know the criminals. We know their criminalities. Then we look the other way, time and time again, for the petty change. Now look at my last topic. Look at it. Look at the last topic. Transitional Justice Commission. How can these people know that we have a TRC report? That the report has stated in it that we should have a war crimes court and an economic crimes court. And all these people got to be brought to book for the crimes against the Liberian people. But yet, they go and meet. And Prince Johnson, the killer, and all these people don't want to be tried. So they want to sit the TRC down and throw it in the commode. Flush it. Let it go down with Liberia. Then they want to come and tell us they got a Transitional Justice Commission. What the hell is a Transitional Justice Commission? What is that? That George Weah might tell us that the TRC not good. They will forgive all the people. We must start all over. The people that stole from us, that kill our relatives, we must forget about them. This Transitional Justice Commission is FUSA. It's a failure. Even if the thought of it is a failure, it's a FUSA. A big FUSA. A big FUSA. A big FUSA. These evil people, these wicked people will sit down and continue to change our laws to benefit them. If we can't get rid of these people, the army got to step up. The Liberian army got to step up and help us. If these people mean to steal everything from our country, we will not survive these people. We cannot survive these people. Our army need to come in and take these people out. We can't survive them. They're stealing too much. The invaluable money being put in our developmental process is unacceptable. These people taking the money for themselves and giving us chicken change to rule our country. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable for government officials to take development money home in their own coffers. It's unreal. It's unnatural. This is pro-open day stealing. How you get people money to take home for development? There's got to be a better way for them to access that money. Why would these people take $30,000 home and put it in their personal account to serve the Liberian people? This is unacceptable. This is not good leadership. This is a total criminal government. And they're robbing Liberian people with your eyes open. They're robbing you with your eyes open. How will the government give people money to carry home to put in their personal account for the government? Nobody will do that. That is bad leadership. That is outright open stealing. And the Liberian people ought to be ashamed of yourself for tolerating this thing from this useless government, for tolerating this thing from this criminal government, for tolerating this thing from this murderous government. Rise up. Rise up. Move George Weah. Rise up. Put all these legislators in jail. Rise up, my people. They're stealing from us broad day. Broad day stealing with our eyes open. Where in the world you will see people give lawmaker $30,000 to go put in their personal account for the Republic of Liberia? This is stealing. This is stealing. And we need to flush it with George Weah and the legislator down the toilet. Rise up. Rise up. The time of the people is now. The time of the people is now. We've been through this since 1980. This is 2021, and we cannot continue on this path of stealing, of deception, of lies, of treachery, of evil. We can't. Rise up, my people. Rise up. We must stop this government. We must stop the stealing. We must stop the corruption. We must stop the killers. Liberia is our country. Haluta, continue. My class is done. My class is done. My class is done. The people rob us, broad open day. Then they come and tell us we can't punish them. We must change the TRC rule to transition, where they will just come and apologize to people and everything will go back to normal. Is this the Liberia you want? AFL, rise up. AFL, this government is evil. I can see war if y'all don't rise up. The time of the true Liberian people's revolution is now. Have a good day.